Assalamu alaikum parents, and welcome to our latest information video which details our efforts to develop and improve our early reading and levelled reading at Zaytuna. At Zaytuna, reading is prioritised to allow pupils to access the full curriculum offer. We know that reading is fundamental, and we know that we've got your support in doing everything possible to make sure that our children have as much opportunity to develop their phonics knowledge, their reading knowledge, and their comprehension knowledge as much as possible so that they get the best outcomes from the curriculum. Today's information video is going to focus on our levelled reading system, which is called Oxford Reading Tree. In UK schools, book bands are used across different reading schemes to indicate the reading level of each book. And you'll see the Oxford reading levels alongside book band colours on the back of each of our Oxford Reading Tree books that your child will be bringing home in their book bag. On each of our Oxford Reading Tree books is a label which indicates which Oxford Reading Tree level the book is equivalent to, and that's a numbered level. This is important as we've pulled together some resources from many different places, including Rigby Star. When referring to a levelled reading book, we always at Zaytuna go by the Oxford level as opposed to the colour. So we would refer to a book as Oxford level 13 rather than saying grey. And you can see here you've got the Oxford reading levels going from 1 right the way up to 20 with an approximate age band at the side and an approximate year group. Those are approximations, and it's not to say that a year 2 child will always be working on level 7 to level 12. It could be lower, it could be higher. So how do we determine what level our children are reading at? So at school, in arriving at a levelled reading book for a child, the adults in the class will have considered many different factors. So the child's reading age, which is determined when we do our standardised assessments at the end of autumn, at the end of spring, and at the end of summer term. Whether the child has a firm grasp of synthetic phonics, so the phonemes and the graphemes and sounds that make up words. And then an initial assessment of the decodability of the book. So can the child read approximately 80% of the words without struggle and without hesitation? Note, all children with a reading age of up to 11 years should have a levelled reading book readily available at school. For those children who have a reading age above 11 years, they are classed as a free reader at the discretion of the class teacher. What we're not saying here is that your child will only have their Oxford Reading Tree book. They'll have their Oxford Reading Tree book to support with their reading for instruction, their teaching of reading and their learning of reading, and they'll have their reading for pleasure book, a book that they've chosen that's age appropriate and stage appropriate for them to develop their love of reading. So don't be concerned if you've got more than one book in the book bag. We'd readily encourage that. So the next question is, when does my child move up a level? And in answer to this question, there is no hard and fast answer. However, to support adults in making this decision, we're introducing book band objectives to assist in recognising when children could be ready to move up a book band. So as you thumb through your child's planner or reading diary, you will notice that there'll be a big sticker with their Oxford reading level and several objectives underneath it. These objectives should be used as a guide for how well the child is progressing. They can't be used, though, as a checklist or a tick sheet. A teacher's judgment will be most important here. So if a child is struggling with some of the objectives on a book band, they'll remain on that level with a variety of books until they become secure. Some children will move up book band levels quicker than others. It's also good practice for children to reread books. So completing all the books in a book band level doesn't automatically qualify that child to move up book band. So if, for example, they've struggled on one particular text, they've moved on to another one and they've made progress, it will be good practice to go back to the text that they struggled with, to have a reread of it, just to triangulate that progress. Here are a couple of examples of our book band objective stickers. So you can see one from Oxford Level 1 and one from Oxford Level 5. And they have some pointers as to what adults will be looking for. And they've got some pointers for types of questions that you can ask and not ask. So again, when you're reading with your child, it's important that you have a look at these pointers to support them in the right way, so that they can make progress to moving up the book band levels. And then further up school, you'll notice here that this is Oxford levels 17 to 19. So children need to be doing these 5 things across a range of texts. So they should be able to readily discuss these questions and these points for a variety of texts that are on offer. Now, as well as being able to access paper texts and traditional books from school, your child will also be provided with an Oxford Reading Tree log-on as well. And they can access this at oxfordowl.co.uk, log in as their class with the class password and select the appropriate level. There's a variety of texts on there, from fiction to non-fiction, poetry, some graphic novels and comic style books as well. So a broad range of texts for your child to access. The Oxford Owl library online of ebooks is a really good resource for you to be able to support your child at home. Equally, if it's during a school holiday and they finish their Oxford Reading Tree book, you can select another one quickly so that there's no time lost in terms of progressing with their reading. We just ask that you make sure you stick within the Oxford level that the class teacher has assessed your child as being at. That's it from me today on Oxford Reading Tree. If you do have any questions about the level that your child is at, or the progress that your child is making, or if you'd like to continue to support us in fundraising for more books, please do come and see me in school, or please see Mrs. Kilpatrick or Miss Lamb, who are our English leads in school. We very much look forward to you being part of this next stage of our journey in developing reading at Zaytuna. And thank you for all of the time, effort and support that you've put in on our journey so far. Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Take care and goodbye.